In a Boeing 737-800 fueled for a medium-haul flight, there are about 26,000 liters of jet fuel on board. That's a volume that would fill about 170 household bathtubs. Most people, if asked where that fuel is stored, point to the wings without hesitation. And that answer isn't wrong, but it is severely incomplete. Because those wings, as impressive as they are as fuel reservoirs, are just part of a system that goes far beyond what your eyes see from your window. The engineering of fuel storage and modern commercial aircraft is one of the most underrated chapters in all of aviation. It exists to solve a problem that isn't just logistical, it's physical, structural, and critical for survival. Understanding this changes how you look at a plane forever. It starts with the obvious question: why the wings? It wasn't a random decision. Aircraft wings are under constant mechanical tension during flight. When a plane is cruising, the wings curve upward, supporting the weight of the entire fuselage hanging below them. This wing flex is real and calculated. A Boeing 777 wing, for example, can flex over 6 meters upward during severe turbulence without breaking. That's a movement that defies what the human eye thinks as being rigid. The fuel inside those wings isn't just passive kerosene waiting to be burned, it acts as a counterweight. The weight distributes the load along the structure and dramatically reduces stress at the wing root joints. Engineers call this wing load relief. Without that fuel, the mechanical stress would be substantially higher. They didn't put fuel there despite the weight, they did it partly because of it. But what happens when the fuel in the wings runs out? That's where the part almost no one discusses comes in. Long-range aircraft like the Airbus A330, A340, A380, and the Boeing 740-400 have an additional reservoir, not in the wings, but in the horizontal stabilizer in the tail, that smaller surface that looks like a mini plane attached to the back. But the tail tank isn't just about range, it's about control, specifically the center of gravity. If the center of gravity moves too far forward or backward, the plane becomes uncontrollable. Modern fuel management systems use the tail tank to actively manipulate this balance during flight. During the cruise phase, the system shifts fuel to the tail to push the center of gravity back, reducing the downward force needed by the stabilizer and cutting drag. Before landing, it transfers that fuel back to the wings to restore stability. The fuel isn't just energy, it's an aerodynamic control tool. Airbus estimates this active management saves 1 to 2% in total fuel consumption. In a plane burning tons of kerosene an hour, that's a massive environmental and financial saving. But managing this requires an onboard computer called the FCMC, Fuel Control and Monitoring Computer, which monitors everything in real time. Temperature is especially critical, as fuel can lose fluidity at extreme altitudes. We've seen failures here, like the British Airways Flight 38 incident in 2008, where microscopic ice crystals formed in the fuel and blocked the engine heat exchangers just before landing. It revealed a real vulnerability that led to mandatory fleet-wide modifications. There's also the safety aspect: tank inerting. Empty tanks accumulate explosive vapors. After the TWA 800 disaster, the industry implemented OBIGS, onboard inert gas generation systems, which pump nitrogen into the tanks to replace oxygen, preventing combustion. Even the jet fuel itself, Jet A1, is a masterpiece of chemistry, designed with a high flash point and loaded with anti-static and anti-corrosive additives. The distribution of fuel across multiple tanks also ensures redundancy. Modern wings aren't just containers, the wing is the tank. Inside those metal surfaces that flex, support, and control flight is kerosene being managed in real time, protected from explosive vapors and constantly shifted to extract aerodynamic efficiency. A plane isn't just a flying machine, it's a complete thermodynamic, structural, and chemical system where the fuel itself is part of the survival engineering. If you've reached this point and feel like you were looking at aviation with the wrong eyes, that is exactly the depth this channel offers. Subscribe and leave a like if this level of detail is worth your time. The next time you look at that wing cruising above the clouds, you'll finally know what's really going on.